I'm gonna take this for my walk today. And you know, the walk can be various lengths. The heavier the weight that you bring with you, maybe the lighter, okay? Or maybe the less distance you go and so forth. Let's stick this guy up top. Get that on the head. And it's not gonna stay on my head the whole time. I'm gonna move it around a little bit. Probably a lot of people saying, you know, like break my spine or break my neck or whatever. This is something I'm gonna like work my way into. I'm not doing it every day, but I figured when you're on a walk, why not amplify your walk? And some people might say, hey, why not just do it with a weighted vest? Well, weighted vest is nice, but that weight's pretty easy to carry, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. Just kind of distributed throughout your body, and this is kind of distributed throughout the body too, which makes it kind of nice. But you get some good neck work out of this as well. So just always trying different stuff, and then maybe, you know, it's there for a while. Maybe I go here, maybe I got a phone with me or something that shows me the time, and maybe I'm going 3 minutes here, 3 minutes there. So again, this is 50 pounds. I got it off kilter, right? I got to have it on this side. Stick it over here. See how that feels? You don't need anything fancy. I mean, maybe you have a 50-pound bag of salt at your house for your water softener or whatever. Pick that son of a bitch up, you know? But just carry it whatever way you can. Do the old pube carry. And this really starts to get your grip in your hands. Carry it down in here. This is going to get the obliques, the traps. This is very exhausting, by the way. Like I'm very tired from the workout. I'm fatigued, very much fatigued. And this is like carrying a fat 3-year-old or 2-year-old, yeah, maybe 3 or 4-year-old, 50 pounds, and they're squirming away from you. Look at, oh, you can just make it up and carry it whatever way you want, or you can kind of put stuff on the cooker and say like, all right, I want 3 minutes, 3 minutes sombrero walk. Good way to get in some sun. Good way to get in a walk. By the way, I heard someone yesterday, a guy from Stanford, talking about UV light on Joe Rogan. And this guy, you know, he had some great information, really cool information about cancer and stuff like that. But you know, he didn't really know much about sunlight and UV light, and that really surprised me a lot. Or at least it didn't seem like he knew a lot. Unfortunately, he ended up getting some cancers, and he has a very light skin, very fair skin. So his view of the sun is maybe a little different than others, and it's, you know, understandable to have that perspective. But something I wanted to share with you guys, something for you to think about, is that your body is made up of hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of tiny little suns inside of it. And you need the sun to elicit the suns that are inside of you, your mitochondria. I mean, it's kind of how they work. Those little batteries, they really need the light for us to conduct ourselves properly, for us to use oxygen properly. We need to have proper sunlight and just be outdoors appropriately. And whether you're Scottish or Irish, or you have very fair skin, there's still no question that you need to be outside. I mean, you can argue that in Scotland and in Ireland, they're probably outside way more in those countries than they would be in like Houston, Texas. Especially like my brother lives there right now. Said that, you know, middle of summer, no one's outside. No one's outside. It's rare. You know, probably a couple maniac runners and so forth, but no one's getting UV light in some of those states. But this little light of mine, if you're gonna let it shine, you need the sun. The sun is really powerful, really useful. And the more that our medical community, you know, knows about it, the better. I saw that RFK has an initiative for doctors to learn about nutrition. How dope would it be if they also learned about the sun, circadian rhythm, circadian patterns, because those are, you know, and I realized like, oh shit, now we're filling a doctor's plate up with a lot of stuff. But I mean, I think it's that important. It's important to know. Important to know that you might be nuking your, you know, patients with blue light in the hospital. They don't have a window. They don't have a way to get some sun, potentially in some areas. And what about the nurses? And what about the doctors? Getting just absolutely brutalized, being under those lights all the time. That was a very, very short walk, but you get the idea. But if I just carried like this, you want your lower back to be strong? The difference between a weak man and a strong man is the lower back. Said by who? Louis Simmons. The difference between a strong man and a weak man is a strong man has a very strong lower back. You want a strong lower back, start carrying shit around that's heavy. Heavy. Throw shit around that's heavy. Pick shit up that's heavy. And recognize what I've known my entire life, that strength is never weakness, and weakness is never a strength. Catch you guys later.